Just minutes ago, President Obama approved a disaster declaration for West Virginia. 9 counties are dealing with a chemical spill. It contaminated the water supply. Up to 300,000 people are being told not to touch the tap water.
Tonight, 300,000 people in West Virginia are being told to stay away from their tap water, not to use it for anything, cooking, bathing, washing, anything at all. A chemical spill in the Elk River may have contaminated the drinking water. A federal investigation has been launched into how this happened.
State and federal authorities are working around the clock in Charleston, West Virginia, after a spill leaked chemicals into the Elk River.
Bad news this morning for hundreds of thousands of people in West Virginia whose drinking water was contaminated by a chemical spill. We're now learning that the spill was worse than initially believed. So how long until people can actually drink the water coming out of their own taps?
As residents of West Virginia line up for bottled water, many like Chase Tavares want to know why there was no state oversight of the chemical company that contaminated the local drinking water.
As far as what I understand, if it would have been inspected, I guess 23, 26 years it hasn't been inspected, so if it had been certified every year like they're supposed to do, then we could have avoided this whole situation.
The water is out. There is no water. Do not use your water.
I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out, basically announcing that this had happened.
What the chemical spill taught us is that water is extremely valuable, and we just often take it for granted.
When I first found out about the water leak, I was actually in Ripley working for the day, and it was on Twitter. I just checked briefly, and there was a proclamation from Governor Tomblin that said, "Do not use the water in Charleston." And that was really kind of the gist of it. I didn't know what else to expect, and I was just looking for answers, as everybody was, I'm sure.
At first, we didn't really know what that meant. I was on the set, I was anchoring, as I said, and so I immediately sent a note to our assignment editor and said, check into this, let's see what this is. We'd confirmed that yes, this came from the governor's office and it is a do not use order, which is different than a boil water advisory, which is I think what a lot of people maybe wondered at first, is this just a boil water advisory? We get those all the time. And it quickly became clear this was not a boil water advisory. This was something much more serious. I was with Spencer Adkins, our chief meteorologist, on the air. He had wrapped up his forecast, and I said, Spencer, we need to let people know we've just received this information from the governor's office. It's a do not use the water order for a number of counties in our viewing area. We're still working to get some more information to find out exactly what this means. Stay with us. We'll be giving you more information as we get it, both here on the air, online, and via Twitter and our Facebook page. And that was really the start. We were live on the air when it happened, and it just snowballed from there.
On Twitter during the water crisis, it truly was the 7 stages of grief because no one knew how to react. And your gut check when the systems that you rely on every day fail is panic because you have to take care of that basic need first. And I think that with the advent of everyone having a voice to express anything that they want at any time, you get a lot of misinformation with that panic. The circle that I run in, we try to take things with a fair amount of tongue in cheek. So goofy hashtags was the name of the game for us. Hashtag what are we doing, WATER, hashtag H2OMG, things of that nature, because the reality of it wasn't necessarily that we were looking at the tip of a critical infrastructure failure in Charleston's water system, but more of a nuisance. And I think as the days wore on, everybody understood the gravity of the situation. It was a lot bigger incident than we were giving it respect for with our levity on Twitter.
If you go out west, they have droughts on a regular enough basis that they understand the value of their water. It was pointed out to me by a visiting scientist, and he has spent a lot of time out west and here back east. And he's like, the one thing that you notice when you go out west is that every hotel, every place you go to has fountains, has water fountains. And when you come east, nobody does. And the reason out west is that they want to show you that they have water, and they have water in abundance. It's a very deep psychological thing. What happens here, where we get a lot of rainfall, we take water for granted. We're rarely under water stress in terms of water quantity stress. We just have so much water, and that water has a dilution value to it, so it dilutes our pollution.
Seeing the infrastructure come into place basically for emergency water rationing was interesting, not only because no one was prepared for it, but also trying to fathom what it was like to be completely cut off, to not have an appropriate supply of drinking water, or to only have to be able to shower in a public space every couple of days if you're lucky.
What we saw from that chemical spill is that when we don't have water, it creates a serious situation, and not one that's just environmentalists care about it. Everybody cares about it. Citizens care about it. Businesses care about it. It's wildly important to us. We realize it when it's gone. That was the first thing that the chemical spill told us. The second thing it taught us is that we have to be protective of that water. So much of our state, so much of our businesses, our economy depends on it. It is not just people who care about the environment. They care about the environment because of its value to the people that live here.